If you're wanting to know how to pack in just a carry-on for winter, it's going to be all about the right layers. So in my previous video, we've got the base layer covered. So now let's go through the rest of your layers, and this is going to be how you avoid overpacking bulky items. Hi, I'm Josie. I've been packing carry-on only for over 25 years, and I'm here to show you how you can too. Your next layer is your mid or your insulating layer. Here you can wear something like a button down or a sweater and a button down. And if you're wearing a sweater, once again, I'm going to recommend that you go with a merino wool, or I've been really liking cashmere wool lately, just because I feel like it's a little softer and it looks a little bit more polished. Base layer, you're going to have a mid insulating layer, and then finally you're going to have your weatherproof outer layer. So that will be whatever is appropriate for the destination that you're going to and the weather conditions. So if you're expecting snow or rain, any kind of precipitation like that, you would have a waterproof outer layer. What's going to keep you warm are the layers that you have underneath. And really the outer layer just serves as that final bit of protection against the elements. I would wear a parka that goes past your waist just for that extra bit of insulating protection. A wool coat is also great. But if you bring a wool coat, I really do like to layer in a small puffy jacket underneath the wool coat, just to add that extra bit of insulation. Keep from being overheated when you're going from cold outside to warm inside. It's important that that mid layer is not too thick. So that's why I say a thin cashmere sweater or a thin merino wool is plenty, especially once you factor in your coat on top. And also keep in mind, you're going to be walking around, you're going to be moving a lot, so you're also going to create some heat. So maybe when you leave for your travel day, don't be as bundled up as you need to be. I remember I used to be a big time runner. The person I was running with at the time always recommended in cold weather that I dress as if it were 10 degrees warmer, because yes, it's going to feel cold when you start out on that run, but then you're going to get warmed up, and then you're going to want to shed layers. So kind of take that same principle. It's going to be cold when you get started, but account for the fact that you're going to be moving around, and the temperature during the day might rise as well. So keep those factors in mind. And you're going to wear a bottom base layer as well for the same reasons. You're going to want to retain that heat, and you're going to want to have that temperature regulation as well. And then you're going to lock it in with your cold weather accessories. So a beanie, gloves, a scarf, and then I'm a big proponent of really great wool socks. Same reasons that the wool is great for a base layer, it's perfect for socks. So make sure you have high quality wool socks, because that's why your feet get cold, is because they're wet and your socks aren't wicking away that moisture from your body. Big fan of the unsung hero that is the sock. So maybe I'll make another video about like how socks are a game changer, so we'll see. But socks are very important. And then finally, the right footwear. I mentioned before, if you're expecting to be in weather where it's wet or snowy, it's absolutely vital that you have a weatherproof, waterproof shoe. So now that we've gone over a system for your winter layers, let's get into more about how that works in a travel capsule. So as part of the way I plan a travel capsule, it's based on 12 items. And so you're going to bring, it's called a 4-3-2-2-1 method. So you're going to bring 4 tops, 3 bottoms, 2 mid layers, 2 outerwear, and 1 dress. You adapt those categories for whatever your personal preferences are. I'm not going to get too into the capsule in this video. I'll probably show an example capsule in the next few days or so, but I always say 2 outer layers, and that's for 2 reasons. First, it gives you a variety of different looks, but second, ideally you choose 2 different types of outerwear. I'll always be a proponent of what I call the packable puffy jacket. So something, it's a puffer, but not super dense. Something that you can layer a coat on top of. And if you happen to have a day during your winter travels where it's not quite as cold, it's really nice to have that option where you don't have to wear a thick coat. That's why I really like the versatility of a packable puffer jacket. And I think in my previous video I said I'd not done a lot of winter travel, but I did go to Denver a few years ago in the middle of a snowstorm. So I did, of course, take my base layers and put into practice everything that I've talked about here. And I forgot to mention that what's also nice about the base layers was that I would also wear them at night as pajamas because I was flying Spirit. So of course I had to put everything in my backpack, so I had to be very smart about what I took. So that's just a little tip there, that you can also wear them as sleepwear, so it just doubles their versatility. So just think base layer, mid layer, outer layer, and that's all you need to know, and use that in your next travel capsule or the next time you pack for winter.